know where Danny is?
He's just getting ready. He'll be down in a minute.
Hey, sorry I was late. I'm getting changed. Are we ready to do this?
You're wearing a full suit?
Why are you wearing a onesie?
Because we're not getting filmed. It's a voiceover.
We're getting filmed. Why do you think there's a camera right there?
Oh, I misunderstood. Okay.
All right, well, let's do this thing.
All right.
Yeah. On behalf of Younglife Milwaukee North Shore, we want to welcome you to the 2021 Banquet video presentation. I'm Danny Isbani, and this is my wife, Krista, and I'm a commercial real estate broker with Ogden & Company.
And I'm a school teacher, and we're both Younglife leaders.
Whether you're a longtime supporter of Younglife or just here to learn a little bit more, we're so thankful that you've joined us. Our hope is that by the end of this time together, you'll have a better picture of what God is doing through Younglife here in our community.
So, what is Younglife?
It's a great question. Younglife is the movement of carrying adults into the world of teens over and over, building bridges of trust and friendship, all in the hope to have the chance to introduce them to Jesus. This is happening all over the world, in all 50 states, in over 100 countries. And right here in the North Shore, we have 3 teams of volunteer leaders, loving middle schoolers in Wildlife, high schoolers in Younglife, and special needs students in Capernaum.
Our hope is that every single type of kid in the North Shore would have the chance to walk through life with a Younglife leader, to hear the story of God's great love for them from someone they trust. And how does this work? How does this all play out?
It's something we like to call the 5 C's. Deal with me. The 5...
Nope.
Seriously?
Seriously.
We talked about it. The 5...
I'd
This is
rather
cool.
not. No.
The 5... Is this about your pajamas?
I'm sorry. Pajamas. That's just not cool.
What? Please do it with me for the video. It's something in Younglife we like to call the 5 C's. The first is contact work. Showing up in the lives of kids over and over again in order to build friendships. We are here to hang out with them, get coffee with them, watch their sports games and their plays, just be there to support them through the craziness of adolescence. And by building those friendships, our leaders are earning the right to listen to their stories.
Club. This is our weekly outreach event. There's loud songs, crazy games, silly skits, and a message from a leader about Jesus, all in terms that kids can understand.
Cabin Time. It's a safe place for all kids who want to grow in their faith as we dive deeper into the Bible together and wrestle with our questions.
Camp. We tell kids it's going to be the best week of their lives. Kids get to play, be themselves, eat great food, and hear the entire gospel story, and have time to process it and respond to it.
And lastly, committee. The local committee is comprised of parents, Younglife alumni, and business professionals who provide financial, administrative, and moral support.
This has all been taking place in our area for the last 35 years. And then March rolled around and COVID hit. Schools shut down and social distancing became the norm, and we felt like Younglife as we know it was coming to a screeching halt.
So we took a look back at our 5 C's. We knew that kids still need us in their lives, but everything else from club to camp could be adjusted. We went virtual. Leaders made calls, sent texts, set up FaceTimes, not to mention Instagram Club Lives and Zoom Cabin Times. We found creative ways to continue to be in the lives of kids, and as soon as guidelines permitted, we were back to meeting kids in small groups. We even took a few short camping trips with the kids, and you'll get to hear about one of those trips later from a student's perspective.
And that brings us to now. We're halfway through the school year, and regular in-person ministry continues, outdoors of course, with our masks on. And while we can't wait to get back to doing Young Life the way we're used to doing it, we found it's still possible to do what we do best, and that is to find creative ways to be in the lives of kids, open up the Bible with them, and point them to Jesus. So, the ministry continues, and we get to see lives changed.
That's a little picture of what we've been up to, and now you get to meet some of the other leaders who we have a privilege of serving with.
Think about your years in middle school. What comes to mind? Kids experience so many things for the first time and face so many significant transitions at this age. They feel lost, alone, and honestly, overlooked. Kids spend these years searching for anyone and anything who can help them figure out where they belong.
I think wildlife is important because it gives children in this community hope. It gives them a vision for the future, and most importantly, it reveals to them the truths about Jesus, His Word, and gives them an example of leaders that are actually living for Christ.
Kids of all ages need someone other than their parents to talk to, especially about things that they're going through, things at school, family life, and also spiritual life.
Think back to your middle school years again. Imagine if there had been an adult who took you seriously. How could that have changed things? Yay! Wildlife needs people right now who believe that middle schoolers deserve to discover the truth that God loves them and wants a relationship with them. You can become a wildlife leader, give financially, pray, or help start a new wildlife ministry. You can make an eternal investment in the lives of middle school kids.
Hi, I'm Amalia. I'm a junior at Marquette, and I'm double majoring in journalism and peace studies. And I do wildlife because it's really special to get to spend time with the kids and to share God's message with them. And it's a really fun way to just like hang out and connect with different people.
I'm Kathy Tureen, and I am a mom of 4. I love doing wildlife because I can never forget how much my Young Life leaders did for me when I was a teenager, and I just can't not share that. And kids are a lot more fun than big people.
Hi, I'm Abby Black. I'm a nursing student at Marquette, and I do wildlife because I love playing insane games with kids, and I think it's important for them to know how loved they are by God and the people around them.
What I like about wildlife is people and Step Bros, Owen.
My name is Dustin. I'm in 7th grade, and I came to wildlife because the games are fun.
Hi, my name's Jonathan. I'm in 7th grade, and the reason I go to wildlife is because it's fun. I can do stuff with my friends, and I was invited.
I love how we all get to communicate and talk about Jesus.
I love the games and interacting with people and learning about Jesus. I like meeting new people and making new friends.
Go for it. Oh, is it warm or cold?
It's cold.
Oh, you messed up on that. You should have done it warm.
Capernaum is for students ages 14 to 21 with intellectual and developmental disabilities. We believe that regardless of any barriers, every student deserves to know that they are wonderfully made and unimaginably loved. We've got skaters and artists and gamers. It's no secret that students with disabilities can have a harder time making friends. And with that in mind, we've decided to study friendship and how that ties in with faith this semester. there's always more room for friends in our crew, and if you know anyone that's cool, tell them to come party with us.
I volunteer with Capernaum because I think that we should break down the barriers that would stop any kid from getting to know Jesus.
Why I do Capernaum is to love and hang out with friends that might not otherwise be seen or heard. Just love them and have fun and do games and show them a little bit more about the Lord by loving them.
Hi, I'm Angie. I'm a marketing manager and full-time mom.
I'm Taylor and I'm a doctor.
And this is Wesley. We love being involved in Younglife Capernaum as leaders. I've always had a heart for helping and working with people who are differently abled, and so being involved in these individuals' lives is very special to us.
And we love to help bring God to the youths of our generation, and Capernaum's just the most fun.
Thank you so much for your support. We couldn't do it without you.
Kids need adults who will give them hope and offer them a place to belong. Younglife leaders go to kids where they are, build friendships with them, and introduce them to the love of Jesus. Younglife, making a difference in kids' lives since 1941.
I'm a freshman at Marquette studying education and history, and I'm a Younglife leader because the leaders I had while I was in Younglife in high school were incredibly influential in my life, and I want to be able to pay that forward and to pour the love of Jesus into these high schoolers.
I am a junior at UW Milwaukee studying English education, and I lead Younglife in order to have a positive impact on kids' lives and their relationship with Jesus.
I'm a volunteer Younglife leader and a school social worker. I lead Younglife because I love watching kids grow. I started doing it in LA, and I knew I wanted to do it whether I was in the warm or the cold.
Hello everyone, I'm Lisa Kogis, the area director here in our community. Thanks so much for being here tonight. You know, I wear so many different hats in this role, and there are never 2 days that look the same. But one of my most important roles is recruiting and training volunteer leaders. These are parents, teachers, business professionals, college students, and everything in between. They're people who care about teenagers and love Jesus. It's an honor to see them, their commitment and their passion as they spend countless hours with kids. Because if we're honest, kids don't care what we know until they know we care. So some of our leaders and students came up with a creative way to show the heart of Younglife. Up next, you're going to see student struggles and their leaders' responses. These are ongoing conversations, and there are no easy answers. But together, it's a friend who cares and listens and helps them through the ups and downs of this adolescent journey. Thanks for watching. Your support is essential to everything we do.
Sometimes I find you starting to carry me through the mountains that we climb. Since you have been gone, I've been shooting broken arrows into broken hearts. All my walls are built so closed from all the mistakes. Our rugged hearts are far too young to not leave them behind. so gone, been a prisoner far too long. Now the chains have come undone. Our rugged hearts, far too young to not leave them behind. Let's leave them behind.
Introduce yourself. I'm Jenny. I was the leader on the Boundary Waters trip. Jenny, why did you choose to spend your time with 6 teenagers for a week straight?
Well, I love you guys. First of all, you're a lot of fun to hang out with. I was excited for, honestly, just like it to be really difficult. As like physically difficult to like hike with a canoe on your shoulders or a pack on your shoulders, to canoe all day. But then I was also excited for it to be like spiritually challenging for all of us, and for you guys and myself to see God in it.
Also, me and Jenny shared a special moment. We were half on Canada and the United States together in a canoe. We were. We're bonded for life now.
Izzy loves Canada.
I love Canada.
I kind of grew up in a very non-religious family. It was more like sports were our religion, I guess I would say. And it was very like I always knew there was something, but I just never really knew exactly what, because I wasn't really exposed to that kind of stuff. It was my choice to start reading the Bible. It was my choice to start coming to Younglife and to go to camps and just to kind of take it in full force and just go for it. And I did, and it turned out a really good decision. Like before I went on the trip, I was kind of just thinking like, okay, this is a fun trip to take with some of my best friends. Like, yeah, I'm gonna be sleeping in the woods for the next 7 days, but I'm gonna make the best of it. And then that morning, it was kind of one of those times where I realized that I'm not just like by myself, and this is like a two-way street, and he's there for me, and he's there to support me in whatever I need. One morning on the trip, it was me and Jenny. Everybody else was asleep, and we were in separate tents, so I didn't know anybody was up yet. So I took my Crazy Creek in my Bible, in my journal, and I went down to like the beach almost. And then I see Jenny, and then we just sat there for probably like half an hour maybe. We didn't talk, we didn't say anything. We just sat there reading our Bibles, writing in our journals, just like taking in the beauty of the Boundary Waters and the sun rising up and just how beautiful our world can be. Like my attitude towards life and how my experiences have shaped me, my idea on that kind of changed as I found him and as I've let him into my life and trusted him. I kind of figured out who I am with my faith. I've seen differences in myself now that I started following Jesus and I started just accepting him with my whole heart.
Hi, my name is Jen Nadasta, and I am currently a member of the North Shore Young Life Committee. I'm also a mom of 2 teenage boys, one in middle school, one in high school. They are both actively involved in wildlife and young life, and for that, I am so grateful. They love going to club, hanging out with friends and their leaders, and I love that they are there with adults that I trust to talk to them about all the things, whether it be school, stressful things they want to celebrate, most of all their faith and answering their questions. As a committee member and a mom, I feel like I have a unique perspective on just how valuable Young Life is in our community. There's no price that you can put on creating a place that genuinely allows our students to be seen, to be known, and to be loved. Tonight, I am here to ask you to join me in investing in our students through the ministry of Young Life. Young Life has always been completely funded by the pure generosity of our community and its members. We have an annual budget of $110,000, which helps us provide for 3 different clubs, equipping and training our amazing leaders, compensating staff, and providing scholarships for camp for students who just need a little bit of help getting there.
tonight, our big dream is to raise $40,000. Within that, an additional $1,000 in monthly donations. Monthly donations are super important to ministries like ours because they help to best sustain us while we are doing the yearly budget. We've tried to make partnering with us super easy. No gift is too big, no gift is too small, and every gift is truly, truly appreciated. So you can either click on the button to give at the bottom of the screen, or you can mail us a check made out to Younglife and sent to the address provided. Our other hope is that maybe tonight you feel like you want to be involved as well. Maybe you want to be out there with students and serve as a leader, or maybe you'd like to do more behind the scenes like us here on committee. There are many ways to be involved, and we would love to hear from you. Most of all, thank you for taking the time to be with us tonight. We appreciate you wanting to be a part of what we're doing to help support our kids here in the North Shore. Have a good night.
Us leaders, we wanted to bring you some encouragement from Scripture. This is Psalm 121, all about leaning on the Lord. It says, I lift up my eyes to the hills. Where does my help come from?
My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth.
He will not let your foot slip. He who watches over you will not slumber.
Indeed, he who watches over Israel will neither slumber nor sleep.
The Lord watches over you. The Lord is your shade at your right hand.
By day the sun cannot harm you, nor the moon by night.
The Lord will keep you from all harm. He will watch over your life.
The Lord will watch over your coming and going, both now and forevermore.
Thanks for joining us.
Please feel free to share this video with anybody that you think would be interested in learning more about Younglife.
No looking back, leave it all behind. You and I can make it on our own. Said our goodbyes and headed for the door, with a suitcase and a map, it's all we need. One day we'll find ourselves